Hello.
Hello, hello. We are here today to start our podcast. This is the first episode,
And second attempt.
it is a second attempt.
To be completely transparent.
And the reason for this podcast is to bring what we feel passionate about closer to people and to explain it to people more in more common language. For us to, we will introduce ourselves in a minute, but for us as two Slavic girls who come from a different background and whose first language isn't English, it took us some time to get to the point to understand homeopathy. So if we can understand it in not mother tongue, I think we could take it further and explain it to people who don't know anything about it. Quite often I find people go, what's homeopathy? What's that? Is it herbs or something, And it's, I think we can do it. That's my aim. How about you?
When you said about the herbs, I was like, actually, yeah, this is one of the questions I keep hearing. So when I say that, when I ask someone when they start complaining or just sharing their negative experience about some sickness or illnesses, I ask, did you try homeopathy yet? And they're like, oh, you mean flowers or herbs or like what? I'm like, yeah, I have no clue what's that, but it works. That's all you need to know. And that's it. So I think this attempt for the first episode will be final. I'm very hopeful about this.
No matter what happens, we're gonna upload it.
no matter what happens, because last time, and we will post them. I'm pretty certain several bloopers from the first one. The setting was amazing. Everything was nice, but there are several buts that why we decided not to proceed with the publication of the first one. Maybe in a couple of years when we say, have started back then and we will present it, but only if you subscribe and follow right now.
Why don't we introduce ourselves?
I just wanted to say.
Okay, go on.
Ta-da! So, my name is Daria. I am and was a client of Gunal.
And a good friend.
And good friend. I always start with the professional side of things, and then, yeah, we've been friends for way longer than that.
Yeah.
And she she was giving very, very, very subtle increments in my life. Like, what about homeopathy? Did you try that? Did you try that? Like, oh, you have cough. You know what can help?
I remember the comment you said, "Oh, my teeth hurt." I said, "Do you want homeopathy?" And you were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Is it like for everything?
Yeah. It's actually the very first thing started with the cough.
Okay.
And I knew it was psychosomatic because it was related to my work and my stress and everything. And I tried, I think I had antibiotics already. I don't remember.
It was an acute case that you came with me with a cough.
Yeah.
And it did work.
Yeah.
And then you went quiet for a bit.
Yeah. So I had to digest the results from it because I remember that I had a cough, it didn't go away, and I knew it was related to my head. And when we talked, and I said, yeah, just hang on. I know it's from my head because I know it is stress related. And I know that I'm coughing just before I start working and during work. At home, everything is fine. And she's like, yeah, this is the case for homeopathy. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Obviously it worked to my surprise at the time. But if I know that we digress. So my name is Daria. I am a really good friend. I hope so.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm a friend and a client of Gunal. Together we have created a joint venture. I'm also a specialist in data and stats tech numbers, and I genuinely love it. Because this is my life, this is my way of thinking. I'm very statistical and very rational, I would say. Charts, tables, everything is about me. So I'm the kind of left side of the brain. Oh, actually, I'm sitting on the left as well. Okay.
Yes, I did think about that. I was like...
Well done.
You have a child.
Yes, I do.
And you're married.
And I'm
Interesting, you know, when we talk about who we are, and quite a few homeopaths do it as well. They go, "I'm a homeopath," and then they associate themselves with just with what they do. But there's so many different parts to you. You know,
because
those
it's onion.
it is like an onion, yes. So,
Yeah.
personalities that we either hide or we just think, well, I'm just a mom. And I've been doing that for such a long time. I wouldn't even mention it, you know?
The thing which I love in this conversation is that I didn't mention that I'm not just a mom, not just a business owner, not just a director, la 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 la. I'm also a sociologist by nature. And my favorite Giddens, he presented an idea of masks. Obviously, it went from psychology, but he did it from sociological perspective. And he said that every single person has a layer, and every layer is defined by rituals and specific order of events to this mask to be present. So, for example, when you're a teacher, you have a mask of a teacher, so you talk in a teacherly way. So you are more. There is different hierarchy. There are different rituals how you speak to a teacher and everything. And he said that when you no one knows what happens when you take all masks at one and take all masks out at the same time, because like, what is me basically? And when you say introduce yourself, the first thing I think is the work, because this defines how I think. Because motherhood is a completely different story, because it's like polar opposite ways of me as a person.
Yeah.
Because motherhood is about warmth, it's about the strength, and it's all about the care and support. And at work, I'm more rational, I'm more cold, I'm more rigid as well.
Even though you do still support, you just do it in a different way.
Absolutely different way, because in my favorite free strike policy at work, it works perfectly, but it doesn't work at home.
Can you imagine with your kids?
Okay, you're fired. It was free strike policy. We had 3 monthly KPI reviews and you failed 3 times in a row. I'm really sorry, but now you go sideways. Yeah, it doesn't work this way, but at work it is very transparent. So yeah, what else did I miss?
I would like you to tell me something, because this idea about the podcast has been running for a long time, you know.
Sure.
And one thing that I definitely knew that we would have in this podcast is the question that I would like to ask you and all the other guests who will be taking part is, when did you first realize that you were different?
For the context, I heard this question like 1,500 times and I still have no answer. So I did not prepare the answer because I really don't know the answer.
I don't know an answer either. It's just the question is in my head and I want to ask.
I have one very odd memory.
Okay.
And I don't think that I shared this memory with anyone in my life.
Oh my God, okay.
Including you.
Wow, okay.
So I had an uncle. He was not a very nice person. And I'm not afraid to say so because I say it publicly and very openly. And he was way older than I am. When we were kids, I think I was around 5 or maybe 6. Every summer, it's very normal in Slavic tradition, the kids are going to grandma's.
Yes.
And we have dacha.
That's what we call it, dacha.
There is no other way to, there is no equivalent in English. So dacha is basically a secondary holiday home, but practically you don't spend only holidays there. You spend there most of your free time, because there is no sense of free time in Slavic culture.
No. And it's not holiday. Don't be fooled by this word, because it's a child labor. You go in there to do things. There is no
potatoes,
anything,
veggies, everything, and
preserving food,
everything.
Yeah.
And I was there. I was sent there for a whole summer. Very normal thing to do. And there we learn how to live, like literally, because we play and interact with different kids and everyone. And my uncle at the time, I think we had like maybe 7 years difference. So he was way, way older than I am. And we had another boy in the village as well. And with that boy, we shared the same age. So this uncle, he decided to play spies. So he found an old construction, not construction, but very old house with how do you call the place under the roof?
Attic?
Attic, thank
Okay.
you. With the attic. And he decided it would be really fun to see how we will think in stressful situations.
Oh my
So he
God.
closed us, he locked us in
Right.
this attic.
Okay.
The problem was that this boy had very, very, very severe case of asthma. So he was allergic to everything, and the place was very dusty.
Oh my.
And he had such severe asthma that he was working in respirator almost every single day because it was really severe. And he didn't have his inhaler with him.
It's called, yeah.
Yep. So he forgot it. He starts panicking. He starts hyperventilating. It's very dusty. So I think it was like that amount of dust everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
And he locked us. But I noticed when we were going up, we were going upstairs, I noticed there is no actual lock. And I thought it was very odd that in such old place there is no lock and the door is open. And probably it was just never been locked before. And I'm like, okay, so we go on this ladder, and he quickly closed the door, and he shouts, "You need to find your way out." And I'm like, fucking miracle. And I just stand there, and I'm like, oh, for the fuck's sake. So, блядь, I'm 5-6-year-old. I look at this guy, he's hyperventilating, and I think he probably will die here because, like, immediately, as soon as I stepped on this attic, I was covered in black dust because it was so dirty. It was so untouched for so long. I look around and I'm like, yeah, we are pretty fucked because I could hear that he locked the outside door as well, so he is not in the building. And we had no phones back then because I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I know that I'm a kid. I know that physically I don't have enough strength to break anything. And the guy is still hyperventilating, and maybe it was a minute or a couple of minutes. I'm just assessing the situation everywhere. And I'm like, okay, yes, what can I do here? I look at the window. It is pretty small because it's fucking attic. And I'm thinking, okay, if we break the glass, probably we will hurt ourselves when we will get out of here because of the broken glass. And I don't really want to jump from the second-story house. And I'm like, yeah, that's not an option. I'll still look at this guy. He's still hyperventilating. And I'm like, just shut up. And I'm like, calm down.
Can we just go and hyperventilate somewhere else, please?
Yeah, he's like, oh my God, I need to call my mom. I need to call my mom. There is no one. And I'm like, if you continue like this, you will never, like, much faster. And I literally say this, and he starts, like, panicking, and he's startled.
Bless him.
And I'm like, okay, yeah. I start walking around, and I just noticed how much dust everywhere. And I spotted there are rusty nails, like long nails. I think they were like that long, somewhere on the floor. So I pick one up, and I start trying to open the door. Because I know there is no lock. So physically, using the leverage, and I was thinking about leverages when I was 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, if you use it as a leverage, probably you will be able to open it. And I'm trying to calmly convince this guy to come to senses because I'm alone and he's kind of a guy, so he needs to help. And I'm like, okay, you need to calm down and you need to take your shit together and literally have this nail. And he's like, no, it's tetanus.
Okay.
I'm like, do you want to die here? Probably not. And basically,
Did you manage to escape?
No.
Okay.
So I managed to lift up the door maybe that much because it was a very thick door.
Right.
It's a very old house. So we didn't manage to escape. He came back and he said, I'm very proud of you because you're so fucking smart. And I'm like, I will kill you one day. And he did. He is dead. So I was not very upset when he died.
Okay.
I'm not involved in the story in any way, how he passed away. Yeah, but we shared many stories like that. But at that specific point, I have realized that, yeah, I may be a bit different, but I'm very proud of myself because I know how to manage my life in stressful situations. I know how to manage myself, and I can find a solution, even though I didn't escape eventually, but I had a chance.
5, that's cool.
Yeah, I was 5 or 6. Yeah.
Nice. So if I take you back to homeopathy on that subject, if our aim is to bring homeopathy to people rather than wait for them to come to us and explain it in more human way rather than just throwing clever words at them and terminology and explaining about succussion and all of that.
I still have no clue what that means, so.
How would you explain it, or how do you understand it? How do you get homeopathy? What is it for you? I want to hear your take on it, and then once you share yours, I will try and describe it from professional way, but it's a simpler version. But it's nice to hear what people think about it, you know?
The first thing which comes to my mind is the magic, obviously. But then when I was sharing my experience with my lovely uncle, I remember that whenever we get sick, grandmother will give you the raspberry tea, because if you have a fever, raspberry will help, and you never question why. She had all this type of aloe vera at that time that it was not popular at all. Currently, we have all these gels and masks and everything.
Yes. So now it's more like trendy.
It is very trendy, but back then it was like norm. So both my grannies, they had so many different varieties of like everything. So, you can see your knee is scratched. Okay, you need to put this. And you just accept it. You never question it, but you know that this works, because for some reason after the raspberry tea, your temperature goes down, so your fever is being lifted, or you feel easier. So you never question the method. You just know the result. And for me, homeopathy is the very same thing. It's about the result. You never should know maybe what is it. As long as it works, it works. For me, it's something that helps you to feel and be better. Unlike raspberry tea, what I have noticed with myself, homeopathy changes not only your physical state, but your mental state as well.
And emotional.
So you start being more comprehensive. You start thinking in the ways you used to think when you were stuck in an attic. So at that time...
Oh, wow. So becoming more creative,
be closer to yourself as well, because we are so distracted with everything that happens in our lives, how much doom scrolling we have, how we are disconnected from each other. Everything kind of pulls it up together. So that story which I shared is very actually interesting one, because it's about two people in two different states. One is very collected, one is very panicking and uncollected.
One is homeopathic, the other one is allopathic.
Yes.
With his inhaler.
Yeah, literally. Like this story, I didn't share it with anyone in my life because I didn't see point. Like, what will change? Nothing will change. But this example is literally perfect. One is when everything works how it's supposed to, and the second one is just lost and physically disconnected from everything what's happening around them.
Dependent.
Yes. And when I started the healing journey with you, I have noticed so many differences in my life. So it's been a year since our first appointment, I think pretty much a year. And in that year, my whole life changed. It sounds very like...
Actually, it has.
Yep. So in the last year, I have... First of all, we have resolved, you have resolved.
I helped you resolve.
Thank you. The chronic condition which I had pretty much most of my life, and I had the surgeries, I had so many medicine and everything, nothing helped. That was the first thing. Then my relationship with my husband changed as well. The dynamics has changed and still changing. It's very transformative. Then I have managed to find the internal resource. I have accumulated enough internal resources to quit my job.
Okay.
Which was killing me. I have opened my own business, and then I have opened another business
with me.
the relationship general dynamics in the family are different. So I started being as anxious about my daughter as I used to be before.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, my anxiety is not as bad as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wake up at 3 a.m. thinking, oh my God, I will live in the box, cardboard box outside.
What if somebody sends me a fine?
I had the horrible fear. It's close to the panic.
Can I joke?
Yes. Yes, okay.
I have to. I used to be afraid of being punished. Now I'm dreaming about it.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Oh, this is so funny.
And so true.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay. Before we continue on the homeopathy topic, you didn't introduce yourself.
Gosh, okay. I am good now. I am definitely a woman. I identify myself as a woman because I was born one. I am 4.
4. You didn't. Yes, that's 4. Like that much. And they're all alive.
Yes. How did I manage to do that? I have no idea.
Homeopathy.
Homeopathy. What can I say? Yeah, so I'm a professional homeopath, and I have been practicing homeopathy for a long time, since I had my first daughter. But then during COVID, I realized that I need to take it on the next level, because quite often I meet people who say, well, you are lucky you had a homeopath. We don't have that privilege, and, we just have to go with whatever we have access to. So I thought, well, if they don't have access to a homeopath, perhaps I should be that homeopath that can provide that, help. I used to be a home prescriber and look after kids and just, help friends and family. But then I realized that to be able to provide better care for more like chronic conditions
And professional.
and do it professionally, I do actually have to go and study. So I did, and really enjoyed it. And once I graduated, I'm not going to take up too much time talking about it, but I realized being a homeopath is not just about being a homeopath. It's about, if you just want to be a homeopath, that's absolutely fine. You can practice homeopathy. But to be a professional homeopath, to be able to charge for it, there is so much more. And that's when our connection through
Venture.
the business started. Yeah, but that's a
Different story.
that's a completely different story that will be in episode 3, 4, 5, or sometime in future.
58.
Hopefully we don't have to wait that long, because I'm very excited about what we do, and it would be nice to talk about it. But today we're here just to introduce ourselves and to talk a little bit about homeopathy. So to kind of grab your attention and explain to you why homeopathy, how is it different from anything else out there, and why is it the most incredible thing you can ever come across? Why not any other complementary medicine? Why not normal GP or allopaths or any doctors that you have access to? Why homeopathy? Why bother? Yeah. So, Dasha, why bother?
But I think I want to disagree with you, to be completely transparent.
Okay.
I think homeopathy is 100% great. But I don't think we need to focus only on homeopathy, because what about the Chinese medicine, which goes in line with it? What about Ayurveda, which goes in line with it as well?
Yeah.
So it's not homeopathy is better than anything else, but it is like a holistic thing that is better than everything else. It's not just homeopathy.
No, it's not just homeopathy.
Yeah.
But I do want to touch on a subject. Why?
Why?
Look, why can't you just go with acupuncture, for example, and be done with?
I have no clue.
Okay, so for me, I can be wrong, but for me, from the experience that I have, the way I view it, everything else on the market, let's call it, is complementary. So it's like you are
Okay.
getting your hair done, and it would be nice to get your nails done as well and have a massage.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's complementary. They go well together, and this and that, and then I go to osteopath, and then I add a little bit of this, and then a bit of that. It's more like, how much do you care about your body? How much resources do you want to kind of gain from doing all these things? Homeopathy is alternative. It's completely different from normal way of. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, this is what it is. You can add things to it, but it's not that you add homeopathy to something. It's the base. Because if you look at the book, the main book, we call it the Bible, homeopathic Bible, which is called Organon, the one that Hahnemann, as we are his daughters, know about Hahnemann. 1 second.
I need to play music here.
We need to stay.
Obviously, we are not 100% sure that we have any physical, biological, genetic relation to this man.
You know how many comments I received under a picture of his with me standing like this to him saying, goodness, you look alike. So maybe, just maybe.
We don't make any assumptions, predictions. For complete transparency, we don't claim to be physical daughters of Mr. Hahnemann here. However, we spiritually connected to his presence.
Absolutely, by soul.
By soul.
Yes.
For a full disclaimer.
Okay, he's going to be here with us, if you don't mind, okay? So, back on the subject. When he was writing the Bible, the homeopathic Bible, he did include most of those things like lifestyle, psychosomatic aspect. There's a lot of things that have been included into homeopathy. It's not one thing that stands by itself. It's, as you said, holistic. And the reason why I like homeopathy is because homeopathy is not something that you take from outside world and add into you. What it does, and what it is, it's energetic thing that you. I don't want to use the word add. You almost
turn on.
Use your own resources to remind yourself what it's like to be healthy. So you're not, there is no addiction behind it. There is no withdrawal symptoms. It's not something that you kind of add, and then as soon as you start taking it away, it stops. It's not like you do some kind of manipulation in your body, and then you go back into your life, and it kind of all slides back in.
Yeah.
It's not external. There is no dependency. By adding that, it's not even add.
So
applying.
So I think the good analogy here will be, before I came to you for homeopathy, I had a long journey of different holistic practitioners. So, for example, osteopath. I shared this experience with you yesterday. So I had braces. And ask me, so if you don't have any retainer or anything to hold your teeth together, how come it's not fall apart? Because this is very normal in, apparently. I was not told about that.
And they wouldn't tell you, would they?
Yeah. So when you have braces, no matter how long you have them, there is a really good chance that your teeth will go in the exact same place, or even worse, because of the teeth of wisdom. Everything can be scrambled again. And she's like, oh, why? But why? And I'm like, well, because I went to osteopath. And I apparently didn't know that either. I had extremely big difference. I was very misaligned out of my body. Yes, I was very misaligned, and I knew that, but I didn't know how bad it is. So I went. They did X-ray, and since they say X-ray, I'm like, oh yes, stats, data, please hang on. we did an X-ray. They showed on the literal lines with degrees, everything. And I looked at myself, and I looked like, you know, that mummies, very very old mummies from ancient Egypt in the museum. They look like that, and I was literally the same like
shape.
It was everything. How one shoulder is higher than another. Then my pelvis was kind of shifted this way.
Yeah.
Then my spine curvature was flat.
Wow.
So I had a flat spine, and in the same time, I think C3, C4,
right? Okay.
Here vertebrae, they were going in front, so like that.
Yeah.
And when I looked in this, they did 3D as well. Can you imagine? So you could actually do like that. And I'm like, okay, that's very interesting. And apparently I was in very bad condition. And at that time, I still had the metallic thing.
The brace?
No, not the brace. It's called retainer.
Okay.
So it's metallic.
Oh, right.
Strap of metal. It's basically on your internal side of teeth, just to hold everything together. And we had very long journey. So it was several months long. If you think about it, it's very long. Several months. For several months, I was seeing a homeopath, osteopath for 15-minute session. As the end result, I think 3 or 4 months is difference. We had a secondary X-ray, and my body was very different. So I felt I didn't have brain fog. Everything was really nice. But in the same time, every single time I was going to the osteopath, she was like, "Do you sleep well? Physically, not like how's your quality of sleep. Do you physically sleep well?" And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" And she's like, "Which pillow do you use?" And I'm like, "Oh, here you go. Apparently, I don't even sleep properly. You need to have a special type of mattress. You need to have a special type of pillow as well. And I sleep like a Superman, like on my belly, hands like that. And that's not okay. If you want to maintain, that's why I tell this, if you want to maintain this state of body, you need to have so much more. You need to sit properly.
So many different crutches.
Yes, you need to sit properly, you need to eat properly, you need to breathe properly, you need to sleep properly.
You need to think properly.
It's optional. That's optional. But I didn't have this issue, and I'm very grateful for my grandmother, who was insisting that I breathe through my nose.
Interesting.
Yep. But the osteopath basically was saying that you need physically change so much to make sure that everything we have done here remains the same.
And she's right. If you do follow what she's doing, that's basically what you need to do. She will make the changes, but then you have to maintain those changes.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And the whole difference between osteopathic approach and homeopathic approach.
Just to let you know, we're not against osteopaths.
I love it.
They are really good.
They saved me several times. But my point is, from perspective of a client who have no clue what is happening inside in terms of mechanism and everything, how I see it, the difference between osteopathic approach and the homeopathic approach is that in osteopathy you need to change a lot of things physically, and you need to develop these habits forcefully. In homeopathic approach, these changes come to your life because they always been part of your life, but you were shoving them out. So you cannot physically change, if you cannot become a completely different person using homeopathy, right? But you will become your original self.
Yes, even if you don't know who original self is.
But you cannot become something completely else.
No.
And your life starts to change because you start thinking how you're supposed to think in the first place.
Yeah. Yes.
So the nature of these changes are not forced by external environment. It is forced from within.
And it's not even forced, it just wants to be free and let...
Exactly. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Am I right?
You're absolutely right. And one more thing I would like to add to that is when you are forcefully trying to make the changes or implement good habits, and they're supposed to be good, and you're supposed to sit straight, eat like this, sleep like this, walk like that, and think like that, and talk like that. Fine. But did you go back and look at the core of the problem? No. There is always a reason why a certain person sits like that. Why they are gloomy, why they lost appetite, why they can't sleep, why they don't want to go to work, why they don't want to study, or anything. There is a reason. And what we are doing, we are not looking at the actual reason why it happened. We are working with symptoms. Okay, let's have a look at your body. There is nothing wrong with that, as long as you address the core problem. Sorry, the problem, the core of the problem. So if you don't address it, no matter how many changes you
It's
will
a plaster
make,
band solution.
yeah.
It's like putting a tiny plaster on massive dam, waiting, like, this string of water here, there, like.
And I think the reason why I really like doing anything with you is because you have exactly the same approach, even though with tech and in business.
Oh, yes.
It's about, let's not use crutches. Let's not try and fix things with plasters. Let's have a look at what exactly is broken. And for me, homeopathy is about that.
And
let's
sure
go back to when it all started. When did it start? So once upon a time, there was everything great, and then now you have this. What happened in between those two, occasions? Why everything was okay and now it's not? So that's why you look. You don't try and aim for the symptoms. One of the symptoms I really like, one of the examples I really like is
everything is a symptom in our life.
that is very true. Is when we look at the fever, and as soon as the fever is there, we try and take substances to bring the fever down. I don't take those substances because that's why I'm not going to even mention them here, not to advertise any of it. But it's a bit like if you have a fire in the house and the firemen out to try and bring the fire down, and then you come out with a gun and shoot the firemen, because what you have noticed that every single time when there's a fire, the firemen are there, which means they are the cause of the fire, right? So with the fever, it's exactly the same thing.
And now I see I was like, what? Now I see the logic.
It's a broken logic.
It's broken logic, because you will kill a fireman thinking that there is a coincidence. Okay, now I see. Okay.
So instead of bringing the fever down, you're supposed to support the immune system.
Fireman.
Yes.
And they're really beautiful as well. Let's protect beautiful firemen.
Yes. So it's not about the danger out there, the bacteria or the virus or whatever. Leave them alone. They are okay as they are. Why don't we focus on ourselves? How do we make ourselves stronger? How do we make our life more, I don't know, joyful, happy? The joyful people don't get sick that often. And if they do, they one day and they're out of that illness. It's all about ourselves. So instead of, we live in a society where it's much easier to blame somebody out there rather than look within. I think more and more people are waking up to thinking, hang on a second, this is actually, everything starts with me. And let's start looking at myself. But this one Hahnemann, sorry, sweetie. Sorry, my love. Was talking about it 200 years ago. It was like everything is within you. Stop, looking out, looking for somebody to blame out there.
And it was before social media. It was before. No, the they already had industrial revolution, but the effect of it was incomparable to what we have now.
It happened before germ theory as well.
The issue we have generally, like today, is tech.
Okay.
I love tech. I work in tech. I wrote dissertation about tech. I have everything around tech, and my house is tech as well. But if you don't control it properly, it goes sideways. If you don't control your time with tech and you just doom scrolling, It also affects your brain, it affects your perception, it affects everything in your life because you keep seeing these absolutely wonderful lives with the beautiful houses and bodies and these magnificent moms of 12. Actually, this is a trend now on Instagram when you have shitloads of kids, massive house, a farm.
And you look 16.
And you look 16 and you do everything yourself.
Okay.
Everything yourself. So that's the whole point.
Okay.
And you know how realistic that is, right?
Okay. Well, okay. I don't milk cow in the morning myself.
And that girl, she would. She would do everything
Good
herself.
for her. I'm happy for her.
Good for her. But the point is, when you see this absolutely unrealistic pictures, expectations, you start putting this on yourself as well. Like, I'm not like that. I'm not a model. I'm not super successful. No one is talking about me. Does it mean I am unsuccessful? Does it mean I'm not worthy? Does it mean I'm not worthy of being happy because I did not achieve anything? Because why? Everyone is so successful back over there and I'm not. So if I'm questioning myself, do I have room to be progressive in terms of health? I don't think.
Do I bring any value? And that's exactly where the it starts, you know, that kind of seed is planted of being not healthy because, you know, you're not okay with yourself.
And I'm not okay. Why should I be okay when everyone is so okay and I'm not? Like, clearly they know something that I don't know.
Yeah.
So?
Shall we go back to explaining actually what homeopathy is?
Good point.
3 days ago, my friend called me and said, right, my daughter went on a trip with school and kids, they had to stay there for a few days. And my daughter said that I never took Calpol. Mom, what is Calpol? I have no idea what it is. Everybody talked about it because everybody brought their med bags. And I want to know what it is. Is it something like forbidden or something exciting? What is it? Because she was like, you know, didn't know what it was. And
how old is she, by the way?
She is 9, I think.
So 9-year-old never had Calpol in her life.
Yes. Well, by the way, my kids never had Calpol in their life either.
How old is your oldest one?
She will be 19 next.
And the youngest one?
Oh, actually, this week. Excuse me. And the youngest one is 7, and I've got 12-year-old and 15-year-old. So, you know, I'm not against Calpol, but there is no need to take it because there is no need to take it because we've got homeopathy. So the question was, what is Calpol? And she tried to explain what Calpol was. So she said, well, you know those little sugar balls you give me? What is that about? You know, how does it work? And my friend said, I didn't know what to tell her. I was like, how do you explain it? So she said, can you please do a little video for 9-year-olds of explaining what homeopathy is? And I said, well, actually, it's not just 9-year-olds. If a 5-year-old can understand it, then anyone can understand it. It's exactly the same approach, you know, to explain it to any human. So my probably best take on that is, you know, when you feel quite bad and then you put a music on and you just start kind of grooving and you start dancing and you feel actually life's okay. Or you're absolutely fine. Then the song comes on and then you start remembering your first love.
Oh my God.
And then how romantic it all was. And then how heartbroken you were when everything finished. And it's just like that. You can be on one vibe and then the music comes on and it puts you in a different mood. And you're like, hang on a second, what happened here? Yeah? Or it helps you or it changes
Makes it worse, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it does, it kind of has influence on you, how you feel. It brings up something within you.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
It doesn't add anything. It brings something with you.
Because it's music. It physically cannot be in your body.
Yes. So it's your body resonating with the vibration that music is bringing because it's just frequency. I'm just saying just frequency, but it's actually the fucking frequency that is everything. So homeopathy is music. Our tongue is the CD reader. So when you take a pill, the information on that pill carries the music. You put it on your tongue reads the information and sends it up to
Yeah, this is
your...
why I say it's magic. Because when I start hearing your song, I'm like, yeah, okay.
And when you ask logical people, you know, if you give them a CD and you ask them, okay, can you tell me what's here? They will break it down and they will tell you exactly what kind of plastic it's made out of, what kind of combination of things, you know, is in there, which means they go after chemistry.
Yeah.
And then you ask them, did you even hear the Tchaikovsky, the beautiful music, you know, on that CD? And they're like, huh? Because they don't even think in that way. So homeopathy is science and it's physics, 100% physics. It's about frequency.
Quantum physics.
It is quantum physics, yes. Where allopathic medicine is chemistry. It's about elements. It's about substances.
I love it.
Adding it, yeah? So one thing you can heal yourself with music. The other thing you can heal yourself with something that, well, I'm not even going to go down that way because you're not going to heal yourself. You're only going to suppress the symptoms, which is going to make it even more complicated for you.
Every single time when it works, I'm still like amazed.
Me too, by the way.
Thank you. I'm not alone. 2 weeks ago, I had tummy bug. It was tummy bug, isn't it?
Yeah, let's call it tummy bug.
It doesn't matter.
I call it an upgrade.
I was vomiting and I felt so shit in my life. It was so bad. And at the same time, I was alone with my kid because it was obviously bank holiday. Nothing is working apart from my husband, who decided that he will schedule a work specifically on the bank holiday. So I was alone. I was very sick, like physically.
Yeah.
And because I was constantly vomiting, I couldn't even have a spoon of water. I couldn't retain anything.
You couldn't hold even water within you. Okay.
Everything was like, everything goes out, and that's it. And sorry for very vivid explanation. However, the whole point is it was quite severe. And normally it takes 3 days to resolve. And I used to, I'm not prone to this. But from experience, I know such cases takes around 3 days.
You're quite patient with these things. You're not rushing them. 3 days, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't like taking, if it's diarrhea, for example, stop the diarrhea because it never works. Okay, I just agreed with terms. I will die because of dehydration probably today. Everything is fine. Accident with your car. Yeah. Everything was fine apart from the car. Everyone was safe. And she asked whether my husband can pick her up. And I'm like, and she's like, what? I cannot think. I really cannot think because I was so exhausted. In half a day, I have exhausted everything. And she's, yeah, okay, well, take this. And I'm like, I cannot. My husband will come and he will help. So he found the remedy. I took a remedy. I managed. I literally was waiting for him to come. So I was trying to be present for my daughter because she's still 4, you know?
Do you know the picture I saw when you were telling me?
Yeah.
Being present for my daughter is physically moving the eyes.
That was the case.
She was going, but
that was literally the case because I was trying to accumulate all my power in my eyes so I don't shut down. So I just basically can see what is happening, and just in case of something, I will jump towards her. And he came, he gave me the remedy. I went upstairs. I slept for 1 hour maybe because I was literally exhausted. I wake up and I'm like, I can do work now. Like, wow. Everything has changed. The vomiting has stopped. I feel energetic. It felt like I slept through the whole night. It was just 1 hour. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, do you remember that project we didn't finish? So we need to do this, and that. And also, by the way, I'm cooking dinner. I'm doing this, and
I am still with the car in the middle of the road. By the way, I am happy you're feeling better.
I sent her all those messages and she's like, well, that worked. But I was impressed and amazed myself
Yeah.
what a difference that was, because I was 100% confident it will take 3 days.
You don't stop being amazed. Doesn't matter how many, because yesterday we went to a homeopathic event and I was talking to one guy and he's been a homeopath for years and decades. And he still says that, I'm still amazed every time it works because it's just like magic. It can't get old. You never get like, oh, well, it's fine. No, it doesn't work like that. Why would you, as somebody who used both, why would you not carry on use of medications? Because they do help.
They do help. 100% they do help. But I am very odd kid. And since the very beginning, as soon as I started reading, I was reading prescriptions and these instructions for remedies.
Okay.
And not just for remedies, not just for medicine, for every single blender, every single washing machine, every single car. If there's a manual, I was like, yes!
Can I just say something? Daria shared a story with me that when she got her PlayStation, instead of playing the PlayStation,
I was reading the manual. I am 100% transparent.
You're a nerd.
Yes, and that is as well. But the thing is, whenever I was taking anything, I was reading this, even when I was a kid.
I'm taking it very seriously.
Always. I don't know why, but I really like to know what will happen.
Okay.
And when I remember this quite vividly. When I was 12 or something, I had a headache, and my mom gave me a box for the first time in my life. Not just a pill, a box.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, I feel so, yes, I feel like an adult now. Oh my goodness, I have a box of medicine. And I open this and I start unraveling this paper and I'm like, oh my God.
And it just kept going.
And it kept going. And then there is this amazing session side effects. And I love stats. And in side effects section, they always say how often this happens or may happen. Like in 1 in a million, you will die. And I'm like, oh, 1 in a million, that's nice. It's even larger than a city which is next to my village. In 1 in 10,000, you can have a blood clot. And I'm like, 10,000 is actually quite, okay, interesting. This is one of the quite common. I can be wrong. I don't think it's 10,000. I think it's a different number. But with pills, blood clots is one of the biggest risks.
Which pills? The hormonal pills?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's actually the case. And I didn't know that because the GP was constantly saying that, do you have a pill? What type of contraception do you use? And I'm like, everyone is talking about a pill. Let's try one. And if you never had a pill, you don't know how thick the instructions are.
I never had a pill.
They're like that thick.
Okay.
I'm not joking. It's like this size of a box, and this is that thick folded paper. It's massive. And blood clots, they like literally say that this is one of the major risks, especially if you have thick blood. I have thin blood, so I have justified myself that that's fine. But then there are other way more common side effects. And basically, the traditional, conventional medicine, it does work, undoubtedly.
Thank you for pointing that out. Because a lot of people call it traditional, and it's not traditional.
It's not traditional, no.
No, it's conventional.
It's conventional. The conventional medicine obviously works. However, my point is, it does work with side effects. And they're very transparent about this. They say that, yes, one of the most common side effects of antidepressants is depression.
Yes.
The headaches, very common. It happens.
Antipsychotic remedies is psychosis.
So the thing is, one of the main reasons why I don't like taking pills is because it just shoves the symptom when your core is rotten. So it doesn't get better. That's why I don't like Imodium, which is the most common remedy medicine for diarrhea. If you have extreme diarrhea, You will have literally one tiny pellet that dissolves on your tongue,
Okay.
and you stop having diarrhea, but you don't stop having the cause of diarrhea,
Yep.
which is very dangerous because your toxicity is increasing your body.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to drink plenty of water to flush it out, but still, it doesn't resolve the issue. And the whole idea of my own business, I help other businesses to restructure themselves from inside. Because, for example, you came to me with the question, what can I do so I can work more efficiently? And your core issue was disorganization, but one of the brightest thing was the lady who defined how much you're worth.
I needed homeopathic approach to my business.
Exactly.
I didn't want to have another crutch, another
Exactly.
app, another thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a look what's actually going on here. So you came to me as a homeopath for health, and I came to you for my business. It's so interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
Because what we tend to do, not only with our health, but in all our areas of our lives, we just put plasters in. Oh, I will cover this next Monday. Oh, I will have a pill for my headache. Oh, I will do this next year. I promise I will have this resolution, and then I will quit my job. And then it just piles up.
Mm-hmm.
Like for invoicing, I will use this. For my normal communication, I will use that. For something else, I will use this.
God. So most of the homeopaths, it's completely off the topic,
Yeah.
but most homeopaths use allopathic approach to their business. Oh my. What?
I love it.
But they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's unpredictable turn. But this is why I don't use conventional medicine. I mean, I still might use it at some point, like antibiotics to kill something that doesn't get killed very easily.
We need to put that on our website.
Yes, we do.
Stop looking allopathically at your homeopathic practice.
Ooh, I'm glad we are recording so we don't forget.
Can you remember the last time? It was just something that you kept asking me why, and some brilliant thing came out, and I was like, "Whoa, what?
Yeah.
What was that?" That is very, very good.
Yeah. So, did I answer your question?
Yes, and I would like to add something to it.
Yes.
When you have an acute illness, something that just comes in, go through it, and it goes away. I see it as an upgrade. So, for example, your phone has a new update on your phone. Well, the what's it called?
Apple.
The notification on your phone says there's a new update available, and then you go, yes, let's update it, and then your phone goes completely black with a little apple on top, and it can't send text, you can't use calculator, you can't use it as alarm, you can't play Angry Birds on it or anything at all, or send emails. Nothing, just an apple, nothing else. Same thing happened to Daria when she was going through whatever she was going through.
Tummy bug.
Well, let's call it a tummy bug, but for me, it's an update, system update. So for me, I always will say for me, because people will be like, well, how do you know you're right? Well, for me, viruses, bacteria, and fungi are the carriers of information. So when you are ready, only when you are ready, like with chicken pox parties, some kids do get it, some kids don't. How do you explain that if it's a germ theory? Why don't everybody get it, right? It's all within. When you are ready, when your immune system is prepared and ready for it, then you let that virus, bacteria, or fungi in to allow it to take the update to the next level, go from 5 to 6. And in between 5 and 6, there is a point of nothingness and just an apple where you just lie there and go, I can't move, right? Or I can't think or anything. And actually forcing yourself to get up and go and move or think can break the phone. Because if you start messing around with the phone, charging it, taking it off charge, or trying to switch it on, switch it off, while it's processing that, making that, processing, right? Adjusting, yeah. It can break the phone. Same thing happens to humans. So when you are going through illness and you're like, I can't afford to have a headache, I can't afford to be sick, I need to get rid of this flu, I need to get rid of this whatever I'm going through, chicken pox or whatever you're going through, and you start taking medications, what you're doing is you're stopping the acute illness where the update is happening onto your immune system, and you are breaking that mechanism and turning it into a chronic disease, which means a broken phone. So it glitches every time you're trying to do something. Also, like a car that you're trying to start and it just won't start. It just won't kind of do it. Go on.
I don't think it's a coincidence, but NHS have released several changes because people start having so many antibiotics per year that they make it's harder to get a prescription for antibiotics simply because we keep suppressing it. Yes. And then obviously if you don't resolve the core of your condition, it keeps coming back. And the problem with antibiotics right now, and this is absolutely official, WHO constantly says that we make bacteria more resistant. Everything that we try to kill with traditional antibiotics doesn't work anymore because it's never being resolved entirely.
And don't forget, antibio against life.
Everything. That's why in post-Soviet Union countries it is very common when general practitioner prescribes antibiotics, they also prescribe probiotics. But only one guy in whole my life told me once, never take them together because it's absolutely pointless. And I'm like, excuse me?
Yes.
And I'm like, but what about the bloating and everything because of the antibiotics? And I was like, probiotics. And he's like, yeah, you're right. But it's pointless to drink them at the same time because you're
killing everything.
You kill everything. And he said, just have antibiotics. Like you need to wait a week at least. And only then have probiotics. But you can have kefir. This is the guy like in a private clinic as well. He told me that. Can you imagine?
Cool. But it is a common thing, you know, in not Western world where doctors they are not as what's the word? I think it's because they were brought up by grandmas too. They know it's almost like a balance between two. I wasn't brought up in a homeopathic household or community yet. If you have a headache, you do this. If you have flu, you do that. You know, the onion juice and cabbage leaves and, you know, potato slices in your socks. And then, you know...
mustard. I had mustard seeds in my socks.
Yes. And then you do the iodine thing on your chest.
I did it on my back.
You can, you know, you do the testing here to see. Yeah. There's so many different things, as you said, you know, grandma knows all of it, you know, what's for what. And I think because the doctors there were brought up by their grandmas, they kind of take the wisdom of the grandmas and then the knowledge of the medicine, put them together, and they're like trying to balance it out. Where in Western society, what I find is that that knowledge has been lost, and all we have got is only the medicine. Because the more I go, like my kids, for example, they say, have you seen they actually boil bones and they make stock? They actually know about it. It's not just your witchy crafty stuff, Mom. You know the jelly from the things. Like people actually eat it and they say there's so much collagen in there. Or they will say, you know, have you seen they make this and that? And I'm like, yeah, I do.
You've been eating this for all your life, actually, and didn't notice.
Yeah, but they think that it's something that I came up with, where it's almost slowly starting to come back. But I find that since I moved to UK, I realized people they're not as connected to their ancestors and to the wisdom, as well as in South America, in Africa, in a Slavic world. It's almost like that kind of American way of living. If it's in a box, if it has instructions and it tastes good, it must be cool kind of thing, you know?
When I was pregnant, I think I was maybe 3 or 4 months pregnant. We went to amazing experience under London. It was in a forest, beautiful setting. You have dining experience in the forest. There is no shelter. There is nothing. It's proper, very artisanic. They had absolutely lovely fish made on a massive fire, open fire, and everything was locally sourced.
Was it a pig there?
No, sadly, no. But apart from this amazing dining experience, you also had a guide, and they were telling about different things you can eat from the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, and
it makes me smile when. Okay.
I know, and it was very
cute.
Okay, let's put it this way. It was very cute because me and my husband, who is also from post-Soviet Union,
we survived on this stuff.
So they were. I don't know how it's called in English. They were.
Say it in Russian.
Shavel. So there are.
I'll tell you now.
It looks like spinach, but with larger, longer leaves. It's very, very sour. And he said, you can eat pretty much everything that grows from the ground. And me and my husband like, oh, really?
Sorrel.
Really? We can put a picture somewhere here. So this guy was saying all these Londoners, very like traditional Londoners from banking, from IT, like super cool. He was presenting like, oh, you can see, like you can try it right now, and everyone's like, oh, really? It's so exotic. And me and my husband like. Yes, you can make soup from it. And the guy, oh, you know the stuff. And he'd be like, so you remember dacha? We've been talking at the beginning. So that was the whole purpose of having dacha. When you go to nature and literally harvest everything you can.
Yes. And one of the things that the purpose of dacha and kids and all of that is to be able to get stung by nettles, krapiva. Because what it actually does, it
stimulates your nervous system.
Stimulates your nervous system. It helps you to prevent you from having allergies, for example. That's why kids who grow up in apartment blocks, in houses that they never go out, they are so prone to fevers because that antihistamine, natural one, actually never engaged with you. You are never immune to that histamine. So many different good sides to these things. You can eat it, you can get stung with it, you can fight with it, you can
fight with it. Oh yes. So did you have this thing when you rub your skin like that?
And it was called nettles.
Yes, it was called nettles. And we had wild experiences. Did you beat nettle with a stick?
Oh,
absolutely. So you fight the nettle because we had nettle forests basically. Some nettle can grow very, very tall as well.
Yes, and then you get naked and go inside it because it helps you with your joints. It takes the arthritis away.
Because everything hurts so fucking badly that nothing matters after. Like I didn't have that
knowledge,
experience in my life.
Well, there is something to look forward to.
No, I don't think so. But did you try crisps from nettle?
Yes. And when you take the stalks and then you put them all in a plastic bag and then you go like this, put some salt, and it turns red because it's very high in iron, and it actually tastes very, very like metallic, and they are so tasty. It is very good for you because it's like full of iron.
So basically, if there is apocalypse, zombies, government's down, everything is dead, you need to find the closest homeopath you have.
Yes.
Ideally Slavic, so they can show what mushroom can be eaten and which one is poisonous.
Right, yes.
Otherwise, you'll have a really fun time. This also can be the case. But pretty much everything can be eaten. But some people don't know it. Many people don't know it. And what I also wanted to say that when we had this experience, it was lovely, in all fairness. It was very authentic.
Yeah.
We actually were very nostalgic because they even had this toilet with the wooden door and the hole. And I was like, oh, it feels like home. And it was wooden, not the plastic one,
Yeah.
It was very, very nostalgic for us. But not only the differences in the food that is consumed, but also the approach to being sick as well. Here, you don't have opportunity to allow yourself to be sick.
Inconvenient.
It's inconvenience. When I was sick back in Russia, like every single therapist will say, just be sick.
Yeah.
Just
there is almost some kind of respect towards you while you're sick. You know, you're not inconvenient kind of useless
you're sick,
body.
you're sick, yeah.
Just everybody looks after you, and you're allowed to go through it.
Yeah, and I actually loved being sick when I was a kid, because then you just lay down, there is nothing to do, you just have this time to yourself.
No expectations.
No expectations, but then you get bored and suddenly you're fine.
Yeah.
But I remember that very clearly. Actually, I want to go to school now, and that's it. The sniffles, everything is gone, and I'm like, oh yeah, now I can go because I have recharged.
Yeah.
This is very important.
The culture of being sick, not just seeing it as something that is inconvenient. It's like go, 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 go kind of, and you know, the lifestyle.
How does it bring homeopathy back in?
You allow yourself to give yourself that time, but not prolong it for longer than it needs to be. So you don't rush it, but it's almost like you don't need to live in it either, because you have to remind yourself it's an acute. It's like flash, in, out, done.
If we refer back to your analogy with music, homeopathy is music. How do you know what to prescribe? So if the person is heavy metal, like every year, and you give them Tchaikovsky, how does it work?
It will not, because homeopathy is about like cures like. So healthy person, when they take homeopathy, for example, I haven't got any symptoms at the moment, I will go and take arnica, and then I will start producing certain symptoms, and you know, you will observe them. Either you or myself will observe the symptoms. When I am sick and I have those symptoms, that will be the remedy that I will take for those symptoms. So it's almost like I meet you, homeopathy meets you where you are with the same kind of substance to meet the same frequency. Did you see that experiment where you hit the thing, and if the frequency is the same, it starts vibrating? If it's lower or higher, it does not do anything. That's why what I like about homeopathy. There is no side effects, and the worst thing that can happen, it will just not work. So for example, you try a remedy, does nothing, and you're like, okay, never mind, at least I haven't killed anybody, or you didn't end up with a blood clots or side effects or anything like that. So when people ask me how does homeopathy work, I haven't got a clue. How do I know? It's just like, you know, how does the moon go around the earth? I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend I know, because nobody does. No one does. But that's a different subject. But electricity, we know of it, but we don't know what it actually is. No scientist in the world actually knows what. They can't explain it. Even though we think we can, we can't. We don't know what it is yet. So I don't know. 300 years ago, there was things that we couldn't explain. Just because my ability of my brain is not there to be able to explain something, it doesn't mean it's not there. Same with homeopathy. Just because I can't explain fully how it works, it doesn't mean it's not there. The only thing that I can say is the principle of homeopathy is to cure human, do it very gently.
Cure?
Yes. Even though we should be saying treat. I haven't cured anyone. Or I like the way you're looking at me. Okay, fine. Treat, fine. It should be permanent, gentle, and rapid. So we are not taking ages. It's very slow and gentle, and it stays that way. Yeah. And we use the substance that is very similar to the suffering. For example, if I'm cutting an onion and I have streaming eyes and nose, if I am sick and I'm not cutting an onion and I feel the same way, I have the runny nose and eyes, the remedy will be for that condition will be made out of onion. For example, if I'm struggling to go to sleep, the remedy will be kefir, made out of coffee. Because when you take coffee, the symptoms you experience, you can't sleep, insomnia. So when you have insomnia, not because of the coffee, but it can be because of the coffee as well, the remedy you will be taking will be made out of coffee. So it's like cures like. You take the same
I
stuff.
like the knowledge with coffee more than with onion, to be honest.
Of course you do. Okay, for example, Nux vomica, it's the plant. So if you go in a garden and take the Nux vomica's berries and eat them, you will start vomiting violently. Okay, but if you have violent vomit without taking it, eating it from the garden, you will take a remedy made out of Nux vomica.
Why you give me different one, not the...
Because of the symptoms you produce.
Okay.
So you can have 10 top remedies for vomiting, but the vomiting will be different. The character of the vomiting will be different. You will behave differently. So two people, why homeopathy can't be just sold on the shelves without a homeopath taking part? Because I am not just treating your condition. That's how it's different to conventional medicine. I am treating you. I don't care what condition you have. I want to know about you. What is that experience for you? Are you weepy, or you are angry? Are you joyful? Are you relaxed? Are you happy that you're sick? Or you are,
I'm sick, yay!
Finally, I can just chill and not do anything. I want to know about you. I want to know about, okay, if it's vomiting, what kind of vomiting is it? Is it the vomiting that can't stop, or you just had a little bit and then done? Do you have any other symptoms? It's the picture of a human, rather than trying to break it apart into different sections and be like, right, you're responsible for this, you're responsible for liver, you're responsible for the foot, and then we are not even connecting those things. There's more and more people starting to realize this whole would actually, maybe you didn't know, actually connected, and it works together somehow. Can you imagine? And when you take something out, the whole system actually struggles. Crazy stuff. Yes, but there's more and more conventional professionals realize that, and which is great. And ideally, homeopaths would be working together with medical doctors, and they would be a big team helping people become more healthy. But that's when the aim will be to make people healthy, not
Yep.
yeah. We will talk about it some other time.
Yeah, with the glass of prosecco, because otherwise I'm not opening the thing.
Yes. Okay. That's
Okay.
Pandora box.
Pandora box. Yeah. So if we should we judge the efficiency of a treatment?
Okay.
By methods, mechanisms, or results?
So mechanism, result, or efficiency?
So the efficiency of treatment.
Okay.
How should we judge it? If it works, right?
You need more for context. You can't just do because I have a headache. You give me a pill, and then I take the painkiller. I don't have headache. Yay! But what happens tomorrow? So it's not just result. The result alone is not enough. It's more than just result. It's about the whole person, the person's experience, and the quality of life.
Quality of life.
During that and after as well, what actually changes for that person. So for example, if I have, for example, I'm a man and I have a very abusive wife, yeah, and then she beats me and then I get bruises, giving arnica for bruises would be kind of strange. It's me being able to have strength within me to stop this relationship, or at least tell her that this is not working, and to be able to take this relationship somewhere where the beating will stop. I don't want to take it other way around, because there's the
I get it. Okay.
So it's not just about the result, about the bruising.
It's about the stability of the result.
Yes, and the context. What is actually happening there?
Okay.
So I would say all of it, holistic, all of it.
Obviously.
You have to look. You can't just have a look through the hole through the keyhole. You have to have a look at the whole picture. And the bigger the picture, the better. Because, you know, like you throw the puzzle on the floor and then you look at it thinking, what the hell is that? And then you building the edges and you're like, okay, at least it's a rectangular kind of shape. And then you see the colors, and then the more you put the pieces in, you're like, oh, it's actually flowers, and I can see somebody's face. And the more pieces are there, the more you understand what it's about. Same thing with a human. If they come to you and say, I have a headache, that doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
Well, I'm good. You know, I don't know. But then they keep coming back, and then they will tell you about the troubles they had when they were younger. When did it all start? And then they will be, you know, trust you more to be telling you stuff that they never told anyone before. So it's, yeah, it's, homeopathy is alternative because it almost takes everything from everything else, combines it also as a token therapy, as well as you getting the, you know, the remedy, because you take at least 2 hours to talk to a person first time. Yeah, and you ask them questions that you probably were never asked before, and you're like, why is that? And people are like, oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I actually never thought about it. Why? Yeah, so it's deep. It's very productive. It's very if you have any terms that come to your head with homeopathy, do.
It's complex.
It is complex and efficient.
Complex, efficient, and multi-layered, like an onion.
Yes, look at it. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was great. I really enjoyed it. It's just
We are publishing this.
I think so. And it's nice to be talking about it. And you know what? Homeopathy is like sex. You want to experience it once rather than reading books about it, because you can read all the books you want and watch all the anything you want, but until you actually experience it, you don't know what it is. You have to embody it. Embody to be like, now I get it. Yeah. So it's more like a physical experience. It's, yeah. So don't rob yourself from that. If you have courage and ability, and open
Find
mind,
homeopath.
find a homeopath. Yeah, reach out and try. Give it a go.
He is a homeopath, by the way.
We're not advertising, but
But we will leave links underneath for her page. If you have a struggled business and you need business homeopath,
I haven't met anyone better than Daria, because I mean, she's incredible. And in our next episode, we will be talking about the business that we do together, that our baby that we care about and we love so dearly. It's not even a business. It's our sweetheart that we created together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So great. Thank you for listening, guys. And we will see you in our next episodes. Bye.